What's up? What's up? How you doing? Y'all feeling? Y'all feeling on this Sunday? If y'all celebrate Easter, happy Easter to everybody that does. Um, we have some talks tonight. Okay, we have some things that we're gonna talk about tonight. We have some things that I want to discuss tonight. Um, it's all about mindset. So that's what I that's what I stress. That's what I basically always talk about mindset. Okay, because it's always about mindset. Everything is centered around mindset, guys. So no matter what you're trying to accomplish, no matter what you're trying to do, it always centers down to your mindset. Okay. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I was listening to a mindset video when your line popped up. Must be meant to be. For sure. Sometimes things just align. You can't really do things about it. All you can do is listen. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to go over some things that we need to talk about, okay? Some things that we definitely need to talk about tonight. But we're gonna start off with first of all, can y'all hear me good? I know I have the music in the background, so can y'all still hear me pretty good, or do I need to turn it down a little bit? I'll turn it down a little bit because I feel like it's a little bit distracting. But first, I want to say, how many of us are just how many of us are in a place where we feel like we're stuck, where there is nothing we feel like we're in a position where there's really nothing we can do to help ourselves, or we feel like we're in a predicament where there isn't much leeway or room for us to improve or room for us to really think about finances, and we feel like maybe we don't have enough time, or we don't have enough energy, or we don't have enough something, to change our situations. How many of us have felt like that, or how many of us are currently feeling like that, where you just don't know where your next move is going to take place, or you don't know how it's going to happen. You're not really sure what you need to do, especially everything that's going on now, guys. Like, I know a lot of us, we're probably in panic mode, okay, because there's nothing we can do about what's going on besides try. So if you are one of those people who feel a little bit stuck, if you are one of those people who feel like, okay, well, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. Let me go ahead and tell you a couple of things that you need to do, okay? So, anytime that you are spending on social media, anytime that you are spending watching TV, anytime that you are spending just doing something besides researching or reading books or gaining knowledge, anything you're doing outside of that, it has to be eliminated. And I know we always hear this. I promise you, we always hear this. Everybody says, okay, stop focusing on TV, stop focusing on social media, stop focusing on everything else that's distracting you, and focus on what you need to be doing. But it's the truth. Y'all, we all say it because it's the truth. Okay, this is not scripted. This is not something that we're making up. It's not something that we're pulling out of our buttholes. Okay, it's something that actually works for us. And because it works for us, we're trying to tell y'all, hey, it can work for you too. You have to actively do it. Okay, you have to alleviate all of that free time that you have. A lot of us, I know we say, okay, I have a 9 to 5. When I come home, I'm tired. Let me tell you how to stop that. When you have a 9 to 5 and you come home, say you have a midday shift or something like that, studies show that if you go straight home after your 9 to 5, you're less likely to do anything else for yourself. You're less likely to study. You're less likely to research. You're less likely to want to do things for a second stream of income. You're less likely to do anything. Okay, why? Because once you get in that place of home, that is your place of comfort. So once you place yourself in a place of comfort, you're going to watch TV. You're going to scroll on social media. You're going to want to eat your snacks and eat your food and all of that. You're not going to want to do much. So, a way to trick your mind, it's all about tricking y'all's mind. So, listen to me. In our head, we think, okay, I worked all day. I deserve to just chill. I deserve to do whatever I want to do, right? So, If we don't go home, listen to me and listen to me clearly. If we do not go home right after our 9 to 5, we are way more likely to go ahead and go to that second job. We're more likely to study and research the things that we said we didn't have time for previously. We are more likely to gain more knowledge. We're more likely to make more money for our family, for ourselves, for our situations. We're just more likely to be more productive. So, what I'm saying is, if you do have a 9 to 5, don't go straight home. Okay. If you're trying to accomplish something and you have a 9 to 5, do not go straight home. Okay. I want you to go to a library. I want you to go to a Starbucks. I want you to go somewhere else other than home. Okay. If you want to accomplish something, you have to learn how to trick your mind into doing it, especially because we have these mechanisms where we're just like, okay, we love the feeling of comfort. And because we love the feeling of comfort, that's what we're automatically attracted to. We are attracted to things that make us feel good. Okay. It doesn't feel good to come home from 9 to 5 and have to study and have to research and have to go to another job and make more money. It doesn't feel good to do that. So a lot of us don't do it just because of that feeling. But if we start to train our minds and our bodies to say, "Hey, just get it done. You'll get it, okay? You'll get it. Just get it done." And once you get it done, you'll feel a lot better. You don't feel like, "Man, I could have." It's no more I could have, okay? You did it. That's the difference. Once you do it, you did it, okay? And it gives you a routine, okay? It gives you a different routine. It gives you something to look forward to. Tips with children, don't go, okay. So if you have kids, if you don't have childcare, if you do have kids, that's different, but we'll discuss that after I get done with this one. So if you have the opportunity to not go home right after your 9 to 5, do that. Okay, go to another place, or just sit in your car. Whatever you got to do, just don't step foot in that house. Because once you get in, you're gonna want to get in that bed. Okay, I'm telling you, I had a 9 to 5 before, plenty of 9 to 5s before, and when I got home, I didn't want to do much. Okay, and that's the truth. I did not want to do much. So I had to train myself, hey, well, let me just, sit in the study hall or sit here or sit there, so I can just get my work done. And I did it. Because now I've tricked my mind to think, okay, it's not time to settle down. It's not time to rest. It's not time to just chill out. I still have more work to do. And once we trick our minds into thinking and believing that, hey, you have enough energy to do this. You can sleep, all day tomorrow or on your day off or something like that. Like you're not dying for sleep or dying for rest right now. Just get it done. That's one step, okay? That's just one step to getting closer to your goals, getting closer to what you want to accomplish in life, okay? Tricking the mind, especially if you have a 9 to 5, don't go home, okay? Do not go home, get it done, all right? Number 2, we have to train ourselves to not feel like we're afraid of discomfort in other ways. So I know a lot of us, we like to say, okay, well, for example, if you want to work out, right? So a lot of us don't like the feeling of soreness, the out of breath feeling, the whole exhausted feeling. Like a lot of us don't like that discomfort that working out gives us. So we don't do it. Like we'll start off doing it and then we're like, nah, I ain't finna continue to do this. So my body hurt. I can't even do the workouts. My body's so sore, like I just can't do it. Guess what? Sometimes we have to take baby steps, y'all. So we can't just jump into something and expect ourselves to just be like, okay, yeah, I'm fully motivated. I have the energy. I have, the drive to just get it done. I have it. Some people, it does not work that way. Okay. I know for me, it doesn't work that way. I have to ease my way into certain things. So one of my things that I did in my life is drink something. It was by force. I'm not even gonna lie. It was by force, but it also taught me something. So I had to drink coconut water because I was lacking hydration, right? I was lacking hydration when I was pregnant with my second child. And the only thing that would help me like really quickly, really fast was drinking coconut water. And I promise you, y'all, I hated coconut water with a passion. I hated it. Like, it was so disgusting to me. Like, I would gag to the point of gagging when I put it in my mouth or even smelling it or just, ugh, like I hated it. So I'm sitting up here like, I gotta drink this nasty shit just to feel hydrated, just to get hydrated. Like, are you kidding me? This is my last resort. Like, this is what I gotta drink to make sure I'm okay. I lost my whole entire mind. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. I lost my whole entire mind because I'm just sitting up here baffled because that is the least thing that I would like to put in my mouth in my whole entire, like, that was the least thing that I want in my mouth to drink. Okay, didn't like it, didn't care for it, didn't have to see a coconut a day in my life, okay? But I had to drink it. So guess what? I bought all of the coconut waters. In the beginning, y'all, I promise you, I was so dramatic. In the beginning, I was like I was like this every single time I took a swallow. It's giving me flashbacks because I remember how crazy this was. I was literally on the verge of gagging every single time I put coconut water in my mouth. But I had to force myself to do it. So I just kept doing it every single day. I had to drink a bottle, at least one bottle every single day. All right, I drank this nasty junk. Okay, today, cool. Drink that next day. Oh, I still gotta drink this next day. So I keep drinking it every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. And then next thing I know, I don't taste it anymore. So I'm just like, hmm. So it's not as nasty as it was before. Like, I ain't gagging anymore. I'm not doing all this extra stuff anymore. So it's mild now. I'm chilling. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I gotta drink my coconut water today, whatever. It ain't really affecting me. I don't have to go through this whole process like I did in the beginning. So I'm just drinking it. I'm like, keep drinking it. Weeks go by. I'm like, dang, now I like it. Now I'm just drinking it because I like it. Okay. Now I'm just drinking it because I feel healthy drinking it. And this whole time, guys, I had to focus on the benefits because I'm pregnant. Okay. If I'm lacking hydration and this is what they're referring to me to drink to help me and my pregnancy and my baby, this is what I got to do. I had to think about the benefits of it. I had to think about, okay, if I need this for my body, then I must drink it no matter how nasty it is, no matter how disgusting it is to me. Like, I have to do it. There's no way out of this. I have to do it. So eventually the whole point of this story is I started out disliking coconut water, and over a span of time, I started to like it. And I started doing it without force. I started drinking it without force. Now I just buy it. I'm not pregnant anymore. I don't have issues with hydration anymore, but I still drink it. Why? Because now I'm accustomed to it. Now I've adjusted to it. Now I don't have I guess you can say I'm not really dissatisfied anymore with coconut water, okay? Like, I love it. I love the benefits of it. I love how I feel after I drink it. I love the hydration it gives me. Just everything about it. I even love the taste now. I can taste the differences in different coconut waters and the sweetness and the freshness and whether or not it actually tastes like coconut water, it tastes like something else and this and this. Like, I know the whole ins and outs of coconut water now, okay? It was not like that before. So my whole point is we have to start taking mini steps. Okay? Find something that you know you don't like, but you know is beneficial for you. Okay, that can be a vegetable that you absolutely don't like, but it is key to your health and is very good in nutrition. It can be a veggie, it can be a drink, it can be something just so small. It doesn't have to be drastic. Start with something so small, okay? Start with the small thing, all right? And that can make a bigger change. Now that I've gotten accustomed to, okay, now I done went through the worst part of my life, feel like I had to drink coconut water and I didn't like it. So I've accomplished that part. Now I feel like I can accomplish anything. I can accomplish anything that brings me discomfort. So now I'm just like, okay, well, shoot, before I had problems with this, but I'm gonna just keep working on it and eventually I'll get it. Here's another example, okay? I wasn't this outspoken before. I was very shy. I was very timid. I was a really reserved person. Like, you would not catch me on live like this. You would not catch me talking to people. You would not catch me holding conversation with random people or people who I don't know. You wouldn't catch me doing any of that. Okay? But guess what? I conditioned myself. I said, hey, I'm going to just practice. I'm going to throw myself out there, okay? My first time ever doing a podcast, I just threw myself out there and I did it. Nervous as crap, didn't know what I was doing, didn't know half of what I needed to know, but I just threw myself out there and I tried it. And guess what? It worked. I started getting comfortable with the camera. I started being able to talk fluently. I started being able to just think, have my mind just flowing while I'm in front of the camera. I'm not stagnant. I don't stutter. I don't try to figure out what I'm going to say next. And there's not a loss of words or loss of communication or anything there. It's because I continuously practice it. So what we had to realize is change doesn't come fast. Okay? If we're looking for something to change overnight, then all your hopes are going to go. Because if we're expecting something to change and it doesn't change in the time frame that we want it to change, we lose our motivation, we lose our drive, we lose that whole part of ourselves where we're just like, okay, well, it ain't happened yet, so what am I doing? I'm just wasting my time. No, be consistent. Consistency is key. Consistency is the key to everything, okay? You're not going to see instant results for everything that you do. And we have to understand that that's for working out, that's for getting money, that's for having a successful business, that's for being healthy, that's for anything in life. It does not come that fast. Especially money, y'all. Money do not come overnight. Do y'all not understand how many people in the industry have been in the industry since they were babies, since they were kids, and now we're just now finding out about them? But guess what? They played in movies when they were 6 years old. Stuff like that. It took them years. Okay? And we're complaining that we ain't rich because we've been doing work for a month. Because we had our business out for a month and we're complaining that we ain't rich yet. It takes time. Don't let social media trick you into thinking just because we have social media now, it's going to be 10 times easier for me to get rich. You still got to put in that work, baby. You still have to put in that work. You still have to put in that time. You still have to put in that consistency. You still have to put in all of that. You still have to condition yourself. You still have to train yourself. You still have to learn things. And even when you get into a certain position, the learning doesn't stop. The change doesn't stop. The updates doesn't stop. Challenging yourself doesn't stop. None of that stops. Regardless of where you are in life, regardless of your status, regardless of how much money you're making, even rich people are still trying to find more ways to get money. Do y'all understand that? People are still trying to find ways to get money even when they do have money. Why? Because we want financial wealth to the point where we don't have to be hands on. We want our businesses working for us. We want things to be actively running. Passive income, y'all. Active income and passive income, two different things. So if you're working a 9 to 5 and if you have a business where you have to be hands on, that is active income. But if you have passive income, something that's running, you got other people doing it. You got other people managing you, like storefronts, say for instance, okay? People who are in stores don't own that store. They are workers for the owner. You won't ever see the owner there. You'll see the manager, you'll see the cashiers, you'll see the buggy person, you'll see the bag person, you'll see all of these other people, but you won't see the owner. Why? Because that is their passive income. That is that money that is coming in regardless if they are present or not. It's a system that's running regardless if they are there or not. And that's the end goal for every single person who wants generational wealth. It is that passive income mechanism that we all strive for. But you have to learn how to do the active portion first. Because that active portion is key. You get what I mean? That active portion is key when you're trying to become successful, because if you don't know how to handle the active income, if you don't know how to work, if you don't know how to advertise, if you don't know the psychology behind business, if you don't know how to market, if you don't know how to do any of that, you're not going to be able to have passive income. You have to learn how the system works. You have to put your feet in. You have to get your feet wet in order to understand the elements of any business. You have to get your feet wet and you have to do it for years. You have to study it for years. You have to keep doing it. Listen to me, y'all. Y'all know we have to go to college, right? We all have to go to college for certain fields, nursing, doctors, all of that, lawyers. They have to go to school for a certain amount of time, for years, okay? This should be y'all clear example. Things do not happen overnight. You have to have a process with it, okay? With college, for instance, I wanted to be a doctor in psychology, right? So they told me I had to do 4 years bachelor's degree, 2 years master's, another 2 to 4 years to get my doctorates. And then on top of that, I had to have at least 2 years to get my certification. So all of those years are adding up. That is the same mechanism we must have for our business. It is a step by step process. This year, you figure this out. The next year, you figure this out. The next year after that, you figure another thing out. You won't know everything in your first year of business. You won't know everything your first year starting off. You won't know it all. Okay, you'll always learn something new. As you keep that business growing, you'll always learn something else, another mechanism, another system, something else that works, improvements, because our world is currently changing. It's always evolving, it's always adding new things. And sometimes those things that are added into the world, we have to use it and implement it in our businesses as well. Okay? So I'm telling y'all all of this because it is important. We have to train ourselves to get out of this mindset of thinking everything is supposed to be quick, that everything is supposed to happen overnight when we just go to sleep. Hey, I made my LLC. I got my EIN. So now, boom, with my money. Y'all, that's true. We be like, okay, I got my EIN. You told me to get my you told me to get my EIN. You told me to get my business LLC, and you told me to put my product on social media. So, with my money, with my bread. That's our mindset. We've conditioned ourselves to think that. Why? Because we're putting, I won't say we, certain individuals, okay, certain influencers are putting things on social media to make it seem that way, to make it seem that easy when they know good and damn well it did not happen that easily for them. Okay? And that's what they do. They will market, they will say things, they will do things to make you get drawn in, to confuse you, and to make you feel like, okay, anything is possible. I get it. You know, everybody wants to feel like they're capable of doing things. Everybody wants to feel like, you know, I had the ability to do this. I had the ability to be an influencer. I had the ability to become an entrepreneur. Everybody wants that hope. Everybody wants that hope. And we use that to our advantage. We use that psychology mechanism to our advantage, that hopefulness that we all have inside. And then once we get everything that they're telling us to buy, everything that they're telling us that we're supposed to have in order for us to, be rich and get money and things like this, once we get all of this stuff, and then it still doesn't turn out the way we want it to, we lose that hope. And guess what we are? The same place we were before, with less money because we done spent all this money on everything you told me to buy, and I'm still not where I'm supposed to be. Why? Because it doesn't happen that fast. Okay? It doesn't happen that fast. It takes time. It takes dedication. It takes sweat and tears. It takes long nights. It takes going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and having to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning the next day to continue this cycle. It takes all of that. Okay? It takes a level of consistency where most people aren't ready for. It takes a high level of dedication that most people aren't ready for. You get what I mean? So say for instance, let me show you if you are ready for entrepreneurship or not. Okay, this is a way to tell if you are really ready for entrepreneurship. If you currently have a 9 to 5 and you feel like after you get out of that 9 to 5, you've done enough work for the day. If you feel like you've done enough work for the day and you just start again the next day, you ain't worried about nothing. You just dying down. You ain't thinking about nothing. You're not thinking about anything that can improve you, your health, your wealth, none of that. You just at home, chilling, watching Netflix every single day. Don't care about anything else because you feel like you put in enough work from your 9 to 5 and you're cool with it. If you have that mindset already, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know. Being an entrepreneur, you don't have set hours. Okay? You will never have set hours. You can work all day long, all night long, every single day. You don't get off days. With a 9 to 5, you can be off Friday and Saturday, go back to work Sunday, Monday. Being an entrepreneur, you work 7 days out of the week, 24/7, all day, every day, 365, okay? Every day. It does not end. It does not stop. It does not stop because you don't feel well. It does not stop because you don't feel like doing it that day. It does not stop because you just feel like, okay, well, I reached a point in my life where I just feel like I can't. It doesn't stop. You have to continue to work. You have to continue to do it because now this is your life and your wealth. Everything is dependent on this business. And if you don't have that capability of continuing, of being able to continue to go and grow, you're not going to be very good at entrepreneurship. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be a successful, keyword successful entrepreneur, you must understand that your grind never stops. Okay? Your grind never stops. And one thing that helped condition me into this mindset, honestly, since I was in high school, middle school, I was already in the mindset of saying, hey, I'm in this small town. I live in a trailer. Our lights getting cut off. It's like certain times I can't even get two things out the dollar menu at McDonald's. Like I'm looking at all of these things in my life, and I'm just like, I gotta get out of here. So I did everything in my power. I studied my butt off. I didn't care what time of night it was. I got my work done. I studied. I applied for scholarships. I applied for schools. I did my research. I did everything that I had to do day and night. Nobody had to tell me to do this. Nobody had to force me to do this. We have to have our self willingness to do certain things in order for us to improve. We can't have a cheerleader every single second of the way. Okay? There won't be somebody who's going to push us and say, hey, no, wake up, keep going. Wake up, keep going. Wake up, keep going. No, we have to be that. We have to be that for ourselves. We can't expect people to help us through every single thing in life. If we don't have it within, might as well give it up. If you can't have that within and you're depending on outside people, stop where you at now. Just be where you at. Stay where you at, okay? Because you're not ready. You're not ready. Stay where you are. You're fine where you are, okay? Don't even go there. I had to find that self drive, that self willingness. Okay, if I don't want to be in this small town for the rest of my life, I got to do what I got to do. I got to make sure I'm smart. I got to make sure that colleges want me. I got to make sure that I get this 4.0, that I'm top of my class so I can get the most money. Okay? My goal was to get the most free money because I know I can't afford a loan. My parents can't afford a loan. We darn sure can't afford to pay my way into school. So my only way out right now is to go to school. Okay? I didn't know anything about entrepreneurship before I went to school. I didn't know anything about it. The only thing they taught us was to, hey, go to school, work for somebody, cool. So what I said was, okay, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna become a psychologist, I'm gonna get my degree, and then eventually I'm gonna start my own practice once I get enough experience, right? That was my initial goal. But what I'm trying to tell you is nobody had to force me to want that for myself. Nobody had to force me to want better for myself. Nobody had to convince me to want a better life for myself. Okay? It was within. So if you can find that within yourself, if you have that drive within yourself, that willingness within yourself, that, hey, I want to do better. I want better. I need better. What do I have to do to make sure that I can get what I want and what I need? Okay? How can I do it? What do I need to do? If you have that willingness, Okay? If you can have that within, then you'll get somewhere. You'll always get somewhere. Trust me, you will always get somewhere, but it has to be within. Okay? So all of this that I'm talking about, y'all, is mindset, okay? It's mindset. Everything starts with mindset to make sure that you become successful. What's up?
No, what you want? Live?
Yeah, we're on live. We getting in some real good info.
Hell
But
yeah.
yeah,
That's hard.
for sure. That's why I'm telling y'all all of this, because I was in y'all's position at one point in time too. I ain't start here. I literally started from rock bottom. You get what I mean? I didn't start with, oh, well, your parents already knew about finances. Your parents already had a business. Your parents taught you everything you know. They gave you this willingness to, become something great. No, I didn't start like that. I started in Crawfordville, Georgia, in the middle of nowhere, off of 22. Okay, off of Highway 22, in a single wide trailer. Lived there for 18 plus years. Okay, yeah, that was me. Stayed in the same house my whole entire life. Okay, Granny lives next door, church down the street. You can walk to my church. Literally nothing there. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Everybody who looked at Crawfordville, they always said, "Well, we already know ain't nobody gonna make it out of there." That was our motto for our city. Okay, that was the motto for our city, that nobody's gonna make it out. Nobody's gonna be anything. Nobody's gonna be successful. Oh, they're poor, whatever. Ain't nobody paying attention to them. That's how everybody viewed our city. No, I'm not lying to y'all. That's exactly how all of the surrounding cities viewed us. Oh, ain't nobody doing nothing over there. They're stupid. They're this. They're that. They're poor. They don't know any better. That's how they view the town that I'm from. So imagine how many people let that get to them. Imagine how many people felt stuck just because of something that somebody already put on them, or something that somebody already said about them, and they believed it and they moped in it and they stayed there. I've seen it, y'all. It's so rare for people to make it out of my hometown just because of that mere fact of them already believing that they don't have anything else. There's nothing else. They feel like they don't have the capabilities of being great. They didn't have the capabilities, and they weren't given the right tools to become something great. So they stay there. They stay there forever. They don't move out. They stay with their parents. They stay with their auntie. They stay with their granny. They stay in that town where nothing is there. We don't have restaurants. We don't have a Walmart. We don't have a grocery store. The only thing we have is what do we have? A Dollar General and a Family Dollar. That's all we had. Dollar General, Family Dollar, and one gas station. Listen to me clearly. Family Dollar, they just built the Family Dollar, by the way. Recently built the Dollar General a couple of years ago, so we didn't have that. One gas station. Nothing. Nothing else. They get stuck there because it is so depressing. It is so draining. It makes. Now, why would you call? Now I gotta wait on this thing to do it. Okay. Hopefully I'm back. But yeah. So pretty much, y'all, yeah, a lot of people get stuck because they already lost the motivation. They already lost the hope because they already have a certain expectation. They already say, hey, I grew up poor. I didn't have resources, so I guess I'm just supposed to be here. Boom. I was born into this small town, so I guess I gotta stay here. They got stuck. But like I said, mindset. Okay. Mindset is key. Mindset is everything. I already said bring him a plate. He's hungry. That's why he calling me. Where he at? He know if he called me, he gonna mess up my life. But I'm gonna get off soon. But yeah, I just want to talk to y'all about this because it's really important. We can't allow what's around us to make us less. Okay? We can't make what's around us basically make us stay in poverty, to make us stay in the mindset of just not wanting more for ourselves. Okay? We can't stay in this mindset of, oh well, because I didn't see anybody else do it. I can't do it. We can't stay in that mindset. I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like I don't even know how I got in the mindset of wanting to get out and having that drive and that motivation of, okay, I know I'm supposed to be something greater than this. I'm not supposed to just stay here. I'm not supposed to just live in this trailer for the rest of my life with my mom and not and work at a gas station for the rest of my life. I'm not supposed to be that. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't know how I got into that mindset. Maybe because I'm just like, I don't know. I think it's really based on the feeling within. You get what I mean? I really feel like it's a feeling within that you must have. If you have that natural feeling within, then you know you're destined for something. Everybody isn't destined for entrepreneurship or certain things in life. Everybody is destined for different things. And we all have our different roles in life on this earth. We all have different purposes, okay? We don't all have the same purpose. All of us is not supposed to be an Instagram influencer. All of us isn't supposed to be a doctor. All of us isn't supposed to be a lawyer. We all have our special place on this earth. We just have to find it. It's all about finding your purpose on this earth. Start with, what am I good at? Start with that. What am I good at? You know, what made me think about psychology for going to school is because people were always drawn to me to tell me their problems. Ever since I was little, people would just naturally gravitate towards me and just tell me all of their problems and seek help. They'll ask for my help. They'll ask for my opinion. They'll ask, what should I do, as if I just had all of the answers. And I'm just like, how do I have some of these answers? I didn't go through half of this stuff that they're asking me, but somehow I had a solution. Because why? I'm a problem solver. I'm a critical thinker. That is my strength. I'm a problem solver and I critically think. I like to break things down. I like to find the root of things. I like to find the issue within and work my way up. I don't like to start at the top, because if you just try to put out a fire at the top, it'll never go out. Okay, you have to start at the root of things. My strength, critical thinking. Okay, that is my strength, problem solving. So because I knew that, I didn't really have the communication part down pat, but I had to learn that part. So you may have a strength in one area and a weakness in another, but if you figure out how to conquer that weakness and put them together, now you have something great. Now you have something powerful. Okay? I use my strength of critical thinking and problem solving, and I turn my weakness of communication into a strength, combine the two, and now you have a person who's able to analyze things. You now have a person that can talk about things and find the roots of solutions and be able to effectively communicate what I'm trying to tell you and how to solve it and how to figure it out and how to go about it. I now made a powerhouse within myself. So we have to learn how to make a powerhouse within ourselves. Just because you have a weakness does not mean you cannot make it into a strength. That's what we have to stop putting in our minds. Just because you're not good at something does not mean you cannot be good at it one day. You just have to be consistent. You have to practice it. You have to get used to being uncomfortable. Okay? Get used to being uncomfortable. Do things that get you out of that comfort zone. Communication was like the main thing that really made me uncomfortable. Okay, I be sweating, my voice be trembling, like all kind of weird stuff. Like communication was just like not it for me. I tensed up, I froze up. I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So once I started practicing, what helped me with my communication skills was, like I said, I got in front of that camera. I knew that I had the ability to do it because I always wrote songs, I wrote poems. I'm very lyrical. I can write down what I'm trying to say. I can always write down thoroughly what I'm trying to say. I'm a very good writer. But when it came down to like it coming out of my mouth, that was a different story. Okay? That was a different story. So I knew I had the ability to communicate because I could communicate just fine, typing stuff out, writing stuff out. And I wrote in my diaries, all kind of stuff. I wrote lyrics, I wrote all kind of things. But when it came down to just expressing things in public, socially, that whole aspect, different. Okay? Mad different. Was not the same. Okay? But I had to condition myself. I had to put myself out there. I had to make myself feel uncomfortable. I had to sweat my darn clothes out. I had to do all that. I had to sweat my hair out. I had to embarrass myself a couple of times because I'm so nervous of communicating and I'm all being awkward and weird and stuff. It takes that. And a lot of us don't want to do that because we don't want to feel embarrassed. We don't want to feel like, okay, we're not there yet. We don't want to feel like we're not as, I don't know, as close to our peers as we need to be as far as certain aspects in life. Like a lot of us don't want to feel like we're not in the same position as somebody above us. But we have to realize is that they were once somewhere that I am currently. They were once me. They were once me. I can't expect to be them and I haven't done what they did to become them. I can't expect me to be in the same position they're in without the work that they had to put in. I can expect that. Just because I know you doesn't mean that I automatically gain the strengths. I gain the mindset. I gain everything. Just because I'm around you does not mean, hey, now I'm set up for life. I'm able to make millions. I'm able to do this and that. No. Being around people does not correlate to that. Okay? It does not correlate to that. So we have to get in the mindset of self, finding that willingness within ourselves. Really think about it, y'all. Really think about it. Really dig deep within yourself. Try to figure out what is it that I'm good at. It doesn't have to be a physical thing. Like I said, mine is critical thinking and problem solving. It is not something I can physically, tangibly do with my hands. You get what I mean? It's my mind. Sometimes things are within our minds that are our strengths, and we just eliminate that factor. We think that we're supposed to just be good with our hands and we're supposed to be good at math or some weird stuff when sometimes it's just simple. It doesn't have to be too complex. It doesn't have to be just this, oh my God, this extraordinary thing that we're good at to make something out of it. It doesn't have to be that. Problem solving, critical thinking. Who would have thought, okay, what I'm supposed to do with that? Guess what I'm doing? You get what I mean? Y'all understand where I'm coming from, right? So don't doubt yourself. Don't down yourself. Don't put yourself down just because you're thinking you're not special. Just because you're thinking that you're not like the next person or you don't have the capabilities of the next person you're looking at. Don't put yourself down because you're thinking like that. Get that out your mind. Don't worry about, look, don't worry about these people. Don't worry about the next man. Don't worry about who's doing better than you. Don't worry about who's successful, okay? Don't worry about any of that. It does not matter in your current situation. It does not matter in your household. It does not matter. It is not affecting you in any shape or form. But we're letting it affect us in our minds. We're letting it affect us in our minds. Think about it. Somebody being successful does not harm you, does not prohibit you, it does not do anything for what you're currently doing in your household. Is it stopping you from making your food? Is it stopping you from going to your job? Is it stopping you from studying? Is it stopping you from researching? Is it stopping you from doing any of that? No, they're not there knocking the stuff out of your hand. They're not there taking the food off your table. They're not there doing any of that. But it's in the mind. We thinking, oh man, now I'm depressed because now they've got this whole thing going and now I feel like I can't catch up and this and this and this. Who said we had to catch up with anybody? Who said that we're in competition with anybody? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that we must be in competition with somebody and be on top of somebody else in order to be successful? Who said this? Who told us this? And why are we going with it? Why? Why do we always feel like, oh, if you're not number one, then you're nothing? Why are we thinking like this? That is not true. There are multiple places for rewards for a reason. We need participants. Think about it. Think about a game, right? Football game. Don't we need an audience? Right? We need an audience. So we need people who can pay different prices. We need people who can afford the high prices. We need people who can afford the lower prices. We need people who can afford the middle prices of the seats. We need a range of people in order to build the population. Okay? In order to make it work. We need the players. We need players who are good. We need players who aren't that good. We need the artists to sing. We need all types of things. Y'all not understands there's systems to every single thing. Everybody can't be on top of every single thing because it doesn't work that way. There are levels to every single thing in life. If you can't understand what you're seeing in everyday life and using it the same way in your mind as far as business and success, we have to start looking at the world and the systems in place, things that are right here in front of us to tell us, hey, this is how this works. Hey, I'm showing you this is how this works. But yet we're paying attention to social media, but yet we're paying attention to things that don't matter. It's levels to everything. We just got to figure out which part are we supposed to be in. You get what I mean? We have to figure out, okay, which one am I supposed to be? What role am I supposed to play? Maybe I'm not supposed to be the number one star player. Maybe I'm supposed to be, you know, the honey, I don't know football. I don't know these receiver or something. I don't know, y'all. I don't know football like that. But you get what I mean? It's always levels to certain things. Everybody needs a certain thing to make things work. Okay? Everybody has their roles to make it work. Everybody can't be number one because if everybody is number one, who's going to help the person? Who's going to support the person? Who's going to provide services? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? Who's going to do that? It leaves nothing. Okay? It leaves nothing. If everybody is number one, what are we going to do? Who's going to be the customer? Who's going to be the person who's handling customer service? Who's going to be the person who's building the websites? Who's going to be this person? Who's going to be that person? It's levels to it. We just have to find our purpose. And once we find our purpose, perfect it, work on it, build it, grow it. Don't just let it sit. Once you find it, work on it, do it, and do it well. Okay? Do it well. And I also I want to let y'all know too, when it comes down to entrepreneurship, you don't have to be an entrepreneur, y'all. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. If you don't want to be an entrepreneur, don't be an entrepreneur. But what I'm asking y'all to do is to make sure you are financially stable. Okay? If you have a 9 to 5 job that isn't giving you the amount of money that you need to support your lifestyle and to support your kids, I just say get a second stream of income. It does not have to be entrepreneurship. It can be another side job. It can be something else. You don't have to become an entrepreneur just for a second source of income. That is not your only option. I don't know why people act like that is your only option to get a second stream of income when it's not. Of course, you can use your talents. You can use something you're good at and turn it into your second stream of income. But if you're not at that point yet, get another job. Just get another job. Figure something out to get you some more money. So that way you do have the option to do certain things. You do have the option to invest. You have the options to buy courses. You have the options to expand your knowledge. That way you do have more options. You're not struggling. You don't have to worry about how you're going to pay your bills and how your family going to eat. I just ask y'all to make sure that you have enough for you and your survival, for you and your family, for you and your happiness, okay? Don't look at anybody else's life. Focus on yours and what makes you happy. If a certain amount of money is good for you and your family to where you don't have to struggle, to where you don't have to worry about how you're going to make ends meet the next day, if you're at that position and you're good, you're good. Don't let us convince you or try to peer pressure you into getting into something that you don't want to do. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. It's not what you're supposed to do. Okay? It's not what you're supposed to do. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But if you do have that drive within that you do want to become an entrepreneur, if you do want something like that, then that's what you got to focus on. You got to focus on that. But if you cool, you cool. Okay? Ain't nobody worried about, look, listen, I'm not trying to force anybody to do anything they don't want to do. But for the people who do want to do it, I'm telling you, this is how you go about it. This is how you figure it out. This is how you train your mind. This is how you start to think outside of the box other than what social media is trying to make you think about. This is how you do it correctly, effectively. Okay? This is how you do it. This is how it's supposed to go. So yeah, I know y'all asked me a lot of questions or y'all were making a lot of comments during this whole thing, and I saw it. Somebody said, "Is cutting off family bad?" In my opinion, if your family is a distraction, if your family is one of those families where they don't really understand your visions, they're not supportive, they go against everything that you're saying, I do say create a certain distance to where you can focus on what you need, because I will say family will make you change your mind on a lot of things because they're so close and they mean a lot to you and they feel important to you, and you feel obligated to listen to them because maybe you think they do know more, or that they, do have something that you're missing or know something that you're missing because they're older and because they've been here longer. So if you do have a family like that, I do say create a certain distance. I always check in on family. I always make sure they're good. But when it comes down to business, don't even talk about the subject. You ain't got to talk about it. If you know they're gonna down it, if you know they're just gonna be like, oh nah, you can't do that. Don't do it. Be safe. This and this and that. If you know they're gonna do that, don't talk about it with them. They're not the people to talk about that to. Okay? They're not the people to help motivate you and give you ideas and help you build. Is they're not it. Create a certain distance, a certain boundary. Okay? Even I had to do that. I had to create certain boundaries with family because they were too much of a distraction. They were too much of an obligation. They were too much of a, I don't know, it messes with energies. And I don't like when people mess with energies. Okay? When I'm trying to focus on something, it seems like it's always when I'm in a key moment of trying to get my life together and actually focus on what I need to focus on, it's always like family that try to knock you off. It's always family that'll try to knock you off of certain things. You get what I mean? So just be weary of that. Be careful with it. Set your boundaries. Okay? And be firm. Be firm and be confident in what you're doing. Just say, hey, I'm doing it. I get it. You don't believe in me. You don't understand what I'm talking about. But that's fine. I'm gonna get the help that I need. I'm gonna get the systems that I need, and I'm gonna do it. That's cool. It is what it is. Just leave it at that. You ain't even gotta go in detail. Like, don't talk to people who don't understand your vision. Don't talk to people who are gonna down all of your visions. Don't talk to people like that. If you feel like you're gonna get demotivated from talking to a certain person, don't talk to them about it. Okay? Don't talk to them about it. You're not obligated to talk to them about that. Just ask them how their day going, how they doing, and call it a day. Any tips with children if I don't have babysitter or a village? Now, I'm not even gonna lie to you. When it comes down to not having a support system with children, it is a lot harder. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Because if I didn't have a support system, if I didn't have nannies set in place for me to do certain things, I won't be where I am right now. You get what I mean? I won't have the energy, I won't have the time, I won't have the structures that I need to accomplish everything that I want to do. So if you're a single mom and if you don't have help, if you're trying to get everything together, you have to find somebody. You gotta find some help with the kids. In order for you to be successful the way you want to be successful, you gotta get that help. You gotta find it. However long it takes, search for it, find it, okay? Because you need it. 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 Trust me, you need it, okay? To get to a certain standpoint in your life, to reach certain goals, you need help with kids. You can't you can't do it all. Okay? You can't do it all. That's why people give certain things to certain individuals in business, because the one person who's trying to own the business, who's starting the establishment, can't take all of that weight. They're not meant to take all of that weight. That's why they hire people to do certain things. Because we can't be 50 places in one time. Okay, we need help. We need people there. We need that support system. We need people who can help us along the way and understand our vision and understand what we're trying to accomplish. Okay, we need people like that in our lives. So definitely find help. It don't have to be family. I don't have family babysitting my kids. I found people. I found trustworthy people to watch my kids, but I also work from home and they also watch my kids while I'm at home. So, for sure. But yeah, we do have our own sanctuary. I have my office, he has his. I'm just going through these comments because I missed a few. Trying to see, is there anything else that I need to go over? Um, are y'all live in the same house? Of course, we live in the same house. Uh, Let me see. I'm gonna fix him something to eat because my hour is almost up. I have like 3 more minutes. Let's see. Has your family mindset started to change because of you? Oh, I like that one. Okay, here we go. So somebody asked a question. They said, "Has your family's mindset started to change because of you?" Now, the number one mistake that you can do is expect people to change because you changed. That's the number one mistake that you can ever do, because why? If they don't change because you change, you're going to get upset. You're going to be like, okay, you see me doing good. You see me making money. You see me being successful. So why aren't you trying to do the same thing? It causes a tension between you and whoever that family member is. It causes tension. So we can't automatically assume that because we're doing good, they're going to want to do good. Listen to me. Sometimes I would be grateful if certain family members thought like that. I would be grateful that if I became a motivation or inspiration to family members to want to be something because I'm on the path to be something. I would be grateful. But you have some family members who don't do that. You have some family members who just want to stay complacent in their lifestyle and expect you to fund their life and make their life like yours because you're doing good. And they ain't doing an extra thing. They ain't helping you. They ain't lifting a finger. They're not trying to do a darn thing, but they're expecting you to give them the riches that you have, to give them the lifestyle that you have just because they're family. That's what happens. Okay? So never, even with friends, even with people that are around you, do not expect people to change just because you changed. Don't expect people to want more just because you want more. You have to find people who naturally want that. If they don't want it within themselves, they're not going to do it. They're just going to ride your coattail. They're going to be like, giddy up, horsey, work. Giddy up, horsey, with my money. Giddy up, horsey, with my lifestyle at. Giddy up, horsey, with my house, with my car. All right, with my fame at, because you famous and I'm supposed to be famous because we blood. Like, what my cut at? It automatically happens to certain family members, to certain friends, to certain people. Okay? So when you come into contact with certain people like that, like I was stating earlier, you got to set boundaries. I know sometimes it's hard to tell family no. I know it's hard to let people go. I know sometimes it's hard to just make certain moves like that, because it's like, dang, we had so much history. Like, I know you, we were close, we were this, we were that. And now it's just like, dang, like you switched up. Really, they didn't switch up because you just weren't in a position where they could have shown you that part of them. hmm So let me tell y'all this: when you get to a certain point in your life, when you start to want to change, that's when you'll see people's true colors. Okay, they can be reserved because guess what? Y'all are in the same boat. Y'all riding the same wave. Y'all on the same vibes. Y'all on everything together. Boom. Best friends, close. On the same frequencies. Boom. Cool. You like what I like. I like what you like. You know, we doing this together type vibes. Cool. And the moment you say, hey, you know, maybe I want to do this, or maybe I don't want to do this anymore. I want to, you know, I want to do something different. I want to add something. I want to start learning about financial literacy. I want to, you know, start branching off a little bit. I don't really want to go to parties anymore. Can we go to like this event, you know, with entrepreneurs and stuff like that? And then they be looking at you like, you want to go where? You don't want to go party. You don't want to hang out with me. You don't want to call me. You don't want to be around me anymore. This and this and this and blase blase and whatever. Sometimes you just gotta let people be mad. But I had to learn too that I can't just cut people off high and dry. Okay, I had to learn that I can't just expect people to understand what I'm trying to do in life, because most people won't understand. You have to verbally tell them, hey, look, we can be cool. We can do this thing if, you know, you want to be on the same frequency as me, if you want to be on the same path as me, or if you just want to, you know, if you can accommodate to my changes, and if you can understand, you know, the things that I don't want to do versus what I do want to do, then we're cool. But if you're not happy with my changes, if you're not happy with the things that I now have to do versus what I didn't have to do in the past, if you're not okay with that, then I don't think our relationship is going to work. I don't think this friendship is going to work. I don't think that, you know, we need to continue this whole thing that we got going on. Okay? We have to start communicating these things. And I was once in that situation where I was just like, I just don't have time. Like, it stressed me out so bad to where I couldn't even talk about it. I can't even explain it because I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? Like, do you not understand how much stress you're adding to my life? Because you're always asking for something. You're always needing something. You're always wanting this. You're always something, 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 money, 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 money. And it's just like, do I really have to explain that that's not right? That that's not something that you're supposed to be doing? Do I really have to explain that? Yeah, you do. You do. Because it's just part of maturity. It's part of growing. It's part of getting people to understand. It's part of communication. We have to express how we feel. We have to express the things that bother us. And if they change, cool, we're good. But if they continue, even after you express what you express, then you just gotta set that boundary. Set that boundary. Okay? For sure. But yeah, my hour is up. Yeah, like, y'all, we gotta communicate things. If we know we don't like certain things that people do, we have to communicate it. I know everybody does not take confrontation well, and that's why we don't like doing it. That was my reason for not like doing it. Like, I don't want to call somebody out on something that they constantly do, because I don't want to make them feel bad about themselves, and I don't want to make them feel some type of way. But they don't care that it's making me feel some type of way. So it's just like, well, I need to express that it is stressing me out, that it is causing some tension, that it is doing certain things to me. But I need to express it in the way where I'm not really pointing fingers and blaming or anything like that. We have to learn the art of conversation. Okay, so instead of just being like, oh yeah, you a hating ass nigga, blah 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 this and blah 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 that. Like, instead of just going off the whimsical, we have to learn that, hey, you know, I'm growing, I'm developing. I know I have a new lifestyle now, And I just really don't appreciate, how you keep asking for things. And I really just don't appreciate, how you always talking about people to me and things of that matter. I'm just trying to keep my mind positive. I just want to be on a positive streak. I want to focus on different things. And if you want to focus on different things, then cool, we can do that. Like, let's talk about this. Let's talk about that instead. Let's just leave all of this drama stuff behind. Let's just leave all of this stuff that's irrelevant, behind. Let's just work on something. Let's do it. And if they're cool with it, you have now established a different type of friendship or a different relationship with this person. But if they're not cool with it, then that friendship or relationship just was not supposed to be. Okay? Set that boundary. If it's family members, set that boundary. Check in here and there, but it doesn't have to be that close relationship where y'all talking every day, you're being around them every day, things like that. Just set your distance, set your boundaries. Check in when you need to. Okay? Check in when you need to. But yeah, I gotta go fix hubby some food, and I gotta go fix me some food because I'm hungry too. But I really hope y'all enjoyed this live. I hope that it really gave you some good insight. I hope that everything I was talking about, that you guys retained the information, that you actually listened to the information, and that you actually got something from this whole entire time. So yeah, I gave y'all a lot in like 1 hour. I gave you a lot. So yeah. When am I getting back on live? I'm trying to get on live every single day around the same time, okay? I'm trying to do this every single day because I have to build a retention. Like I said, I'm still working on me. So that's why I'm telling y'all. You have to consistently work on yourself, consistently work on your business, consistently work on the things that you want to accomplish in life. And communication is one of my things that I always need to work on, that I always want to, work on. Communication, being able to teach, being able to just have my mind flow, spur of the moment without any script, things of that matter. Like, I want to work on myself, so that's why I do this. And you guys are helping me, okay? So while I'm helping you guys, while I'm giving you insight, you guys are also helping me. So we're exchanging energies, okay? We're exchanging information, we're exchanging this whole experience with one another. And that's the whole part that I love about this, because it's not just one sided, okay? Because I also get something out of this too. Y'all are helping me, and I appreciate it. And that's why I always say I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the support. I appreciate everybody tuning in, being engaging, and actually, just being who you are. I appreciate it. I definitely do. I always do. And I will always say I appreciate it. So, yeah, y'all have a great night. I hope you enjoyed your Sunday. I hope you enjoyed Easter. I hope you guys ate some good food, because somebody will eat me some good food. But other than that, yes, enjoy your night. Get some rest. Start again tomorrow. We'll be back at it tomorrow, 10, 11 o'clock. That's usually my time that I get on. So 10-ish, 11-ish on live every single night, okay? And if I don't get on live, I'll let y'all know. If I'm not tuning in, I'll let you know somehow, some way. But yeah, peace out. Have a great night. I'll catch y'all next time. Good night. Peace out.